And now, a poem. The land is cloaked in deepest blue. The shadows of eagles across the moon endure the pain. It's easy now. In words can I say it? And those words are how happy I am that it's time for more Thunderbolt Fantasy. Welcome to Season 3, everybody, and I'll be reviewing it for you. We're ready for more wuxia puppet action. Yeah, I know during the Season 1 review that we did on Brandon's Discussed Anime, I called it wuxia. I'm sorry, I'm white. So I don't know Chinese pronunciations too well. I tend to understand Japanese pronunciations better. That's going to be fun because I'm going to be referring to most of the characters by their Chinese title, except for anytime their art name comes up, which surprisingly they didn't use much last season. As for why I'm doing it that way, mostly because that's how Crunchyroll subs it. I don't know why they don't use the Japanese names, though. So, Thunderbolt Fantasy Season 3. This was going to be out a few months ago, but yeah, COVID kind of took everything down and pushed everything away a few months, but it's finally here. Episode 1, The Void Junction. So, it starts off with enigmatic Gale Lin talking to the spirit of Screaming Phoenix Killer, whatever his name was, saying like, hey dude, I know you wanted me to die soon, but I'm still alive, so, suck it, I guess. So, that was all really cool. That ties back into Season 1, since we're gonna have a few characters from Season 1 in this series. So then, Lin meets up with Shang, Lang, and Ling Yu, the main characters from the previous seasons. And I'm surprised that Frozen Wonder Huan Kan Young shows up again. He did show up in a scene in Season 2, but it seems he might be a season regular this season. So they're going around these caves looking for Psycho Monk from Season 2. You may need to tell me this in the comments, but I thought Shang sealed him away in the Sword Index, because what I thought happened was, as 7 Blasphemous Deaths was being sealed away, Psycho Monk kind of shoved the sword out of the way and he got absorbed into the index. I could be wrong there, but he is featured in the opening sequence, so he still may be around. What else happened? So they're around the Demon Spine Mountains looking for his body or the 7 Blasphemous Deaths. I wasn't exactly sure what was happening at this point because, like I said, I thought he was absorbed into the index. So the cave that they're exploring is actually part of the Labyrinth of Darkness, you know, from Season 1, which was one of the trials guarding the Seven Sins Tower. And speaking about the Seven Sins Tower, good old Necro Bitch Knight's Lament, aka Xing Hai, has moved into Seven Sins Tower after the Bones of Creation was defeated back in Season 1. So yeah, she's back. And she's teaming up with some of the villains from the last season. The overseer of the woman from season 2. I forget her name, but we find out it's the Order of the Divine Swarm, which is a pretty good name for a villain group, if you ask me. 2 new villains are Yi Pu Mao, who is, I believe, the Mantis, and Wan Jun Po, who is, I believe he's a centipede in his sign. And if you remember from season 2, the meeting chamber of the Order of the Divine Swarm has 6 pedestals. So I'm not too sure if they will be showing up, all of them, this season or not. But that would be very interesting if this Order of the Divine Swarm continues on after season 3. But Night Lament, she has the idea of growing this demon fruit with magic mirror portals that could teleport you to wherever you're looking at. The problem is she really can't control them. So she just needs to wait until they're showing Shang and she can just teleport to him. But I'm guessing by the end of the season, she will have learned to control them, and then the heroes would need to face some threat from the demon world, cause she's kind of a bitch. A necro bitch. But that's just a guess on my part. I mean, there wasn't a lot of action in here. It was mostly story, reintroducing the villains from seasons 1 and the new villains from season 2 as they're forming a somewhat shady alliance between themselves so they can take down the shared Shang and Lin. And of course, Wan, since he is the Mantis, of course he has to have a double-bladed scythe. I'm not too sure if he did have it in double-bladed mode, but some of the teaser images I saw this season was kind of like Darth Maul's double-bladed lightsaber, a double-bladed scythe. But that was interesting. It was also cool how Lin used his magic of illusions to take down Ying Hai's illusions and have all her guards, which were disguised as rock pillars. Also, Huan Canyon found out that Ying Hai killed his brother, One-Eyed Sniper, I think his name was. And he's all pissed about that, so he went into super revenge mode, and the episode kind of just ended there in the middle of the fight. In the middle of the fight, with Lin looking on and just sitting back, smoking his pipe. Yeah, I would have liked a little bit more action, but hey, it's just the first episode of, I'm thinking 13. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, that was this episode. A really good introduction to season 3. The theme song. I kind of liked it. Not as much as his story from last season. That was one song that I would watch every week. This one, give or take. Maybe I'll watch it, but I can't see myself listening to it every week. So, all in all, I will say maybe a 81 out of 100 for this episode. Really good, but not really great. So, yeah, I would love to hear your theories, and I don't usually do much by myself, so sorry if this kind of sucks without other Brandon or Ryan to back me up here. Maybe I'll get better by the end. Hopefully. 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 So, I'll catch everybody next week, and be sure to check out anything else we do, like the Fever Gaming, Brandon Discuss Anime, and our My Hero Academia reviews. So, catch everybody next week, and yeah, I guess that's it. Brandon out.